There is a power working within you, a force unseen but ever present, shaping the very fabric of your reality. You may look around and see obstacles, struggle and pain. But what if I told you that right now, in this very moment, your story is being rewritten? The hand of God moves beyond human understanding, beyond time, beyond limitation. What you call delay, He calls preparation. What you see as failure, He sees as a necessary chapter in a grander design. You are not forgotten, nor are you forsaken. Though your mind may race with questions, though your heart may be heavy with burdens, rest now. Release the need to understand how or when. Your only task is to trust, to believe, to know with absolute certainty that God is at work in your life. The world may say that change is difficult, that transformation takes effort, but divine power does not operate through struggle. It works through surrender. You do not need to push or force, only to align. Your reality is a reflection of your belief. If you hold on to the story of struggle, you will continue to see it unfold. But the moment you release it, the moment you declare that God is rewriting your destiny, everything begins to shift. Circumstances rearrange, doors open where there were none, and people appear in your life as if drawn by an invisible force. That is the work of God, silent yet unstoppable, unseen yet undeniable. You are not a victim of fate. You are a vessel through which divine power flows. The old story no longer serves you. It is done. The past is not your prison unless you keep carrying it forward. Let it go now. Breathe, rest, and watch as the impossible bends in your favor. Your only responsibility is to hold the vision of a life redeemed, restored, and overflowing with blessings. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to fight against. Stand still and know that God is working. The pieces of your life are falling into place with precision beyond your comprehension. You do not need to chase, to beg, or to plead. You are already chosen. You are already written to the story of victory. It is already done. Rest now and watch how God moves in your life. God moves in ways beyond human comprehension, beyond the logic of the mind, beyond the limits of what your eyes can see. You may believe your story is set, that your circumstances define you. But in the realm of the divine, nothing is fixed. The moment you let go of resistance, the moment you surrender the struggle and trust, the unseen hand of God begins to weave something new. You are not abandoned, nor are you forgotten. You are not the forlorn abuse. You are being shaped, refined, and prepared for something greater than you have imagined. Right now, you may feel surrounded by challenges, but those challenges are not permanent. They are stepping stones. What seems like a dead end is merely a transition into a greater unfolding. The problem is not the situation itself, but the perception of it. You have been conditioned to believe in limitations, to accept lack, to expect struggle. But those are not divine truths. They are illusions created by the world. In the mind of God, your story has already been written in victory. The struggle is only there to awaken you, to teach you to turn inward, to trust in the unseen power that governs all things. Rest now. Cease the endless striving, the anxious wondering, the need to control every detail. The moment you step back, God steps in. The moment you release fear, divine favor rushes in to fill the space. You're not waiting on God. God is waiting on you to align with the truth that everything is already working for your good. The delays, the disappointments, the closed doors, they were never punishments. They were divine redirections, gentle whispers from the universe guiding you towards something better. What you once called rejection was actually protection. What you thought was loss was preparation for increase. The mind cannot grasp the magnitude of God's work because it is conditioned by time, by logic, by past experiences. But God does not operate within those limits. The path may look unclear to you, but to the divine, every detail has already been arranged. Every connection, every opportunity, every breakthrough is already in motion. You do not need to figure out how, you only need to believe. When you believe without resistance, When you trust without questioning, the unseen becomes seen. That which was delayed suddenly appears. That which seemed impossible suddenly materializes. Your faith is the bridge between where you are and where you desire to be. Faith is not hoping, it is knowing. It is standing firm in the unseen, fully convinced that what you seek is already yours. This is not wishful thinking, nor is it blind optimism. It is spiritual law. It is the way the universe was designed to function. What you hold in consciousness must reflect in your world. What you dwell upon with certainty must be drawn into form. Do not allow circumstances to dictate your belief. Do not allow the external world to shake your inner knowing. God is not limited by appearances, and neither are you. The situation you are in now is nothing compared to the power working behind the scenes. Everything you have prayed for, every desire placed in your heart, is already being fulfilled in ways you cannot yet see. The movement of God is often subtle at first, almost imperceptible, like a seed germinating beneath the soil. But in the divine order, nothing is wasted, nothing is stagnant. There is constant movement, constant unfolding. And when the time is right, the results will burst forth into reality in ways that will leave you in awe. Release the timeline. Let go of the need to know when, how, or through whom your blessing will arrive. These are not your concerns. Your only task is to hold the vision, to align your mind with what is already true in the divine realm. See yourself as already blessed. Walk as if the doors are already open. Speak as though your testimony is already written. The moment you assume this posture, reality bends to accommodate it. God is working in your life right now. Even in moments of silence, even when it seems like nothing is changing, there is movement. The foundation is being laid. The pieces are being positioned. You do not need to strive, to force, to make things happen. Your role is to trust, to align, to expect. The mind wants proof before belief, but the spirit knows that belief is the proof. When you believe, you open the floodgates for divine favor. When you rest in the certainty of God's promises, everything shifts in your favor. You are not bound by what has been. The past has no power unless you give it permission to shape your present. Release the old story. Release the weight of past failures, past disappointments, past wounds. They do not belong in your future. They were part of the journey, but not part of the destination. Every setback was a setup. Every hardship was a lesson. But now it is time to step into the new, to embrace the reality that God has already made a way where there seemed to be none. Your life is not unfolding by accident. Every detail, every event, every person who enters and exits your life is part of a grand design. Nothing is happening to you. It is happening for you. Even in your waiting season, there is purpose. Even in moments of uncertainty, there is divine order. Trust that God is working even when you do not see it, even when you do not understand it. The most powerful transformations happen in the unseen. Seeds grow in darkness before they break through the soil. Miracles manifest in silence before they are announced to the world. There is nothing missing in your life. Everything you need is already within you, waiting for recognition. The shift does not happen outside of you. It happens within. When you recognize yourself as already chosen, already blessed, already in possession of what you seek, the world must conform to that truth. This is the divine law. It does not fail. It does not falter. It is as sure as the rising sun, as certain as the beating of your heart. You were not created to struggle, to beg, to chase after what is already yours. You were created to embody, to receive, to walk in the fullness of divine provision. There is no lack in God, no shortage in the realm of the unseen. The only thing that can block the flow of abundance is doubt, fear, and attachment to the old. But the moment you let go, the moment you decide to rest in trust, the floodgates open. Your story is being rewritten in this very moment. What was meant to harm you is turning for your good. What seemed like a delay is setting you up for acceleration. What felt like a loss is making room for overflow. Do not fear, do not worry, do not try to force what is already yours. Just rest, just trust, just allow the divine to work as it always does, effortlessly, perfectly, and in ways beyond what you could ever imagine. Rest in the knowledge that the forces of the divine are already aligning every detail of your life. There is nothing out of order, nothing missing, nothing lost. Even when your eyes see difficulty, even when your heart feels weary, the truth remains unchanged. God is working, and His work is perfect. Every perceived delay is a moment of preparation. Every closed door is leading you to the right one. You are not wandering without direction, nor are you forgotten in the process. You are being positioned for something greater than your mind can yet comprehend. It is easy to believe when the evidence is before you, when the blessings are visible, when the answers come swiftly, but faith does not require sight. Faith is knowing before the manifestation, believing without needing proof, trusting when nothing seems to be happening. It is in these moments of stillness that God is working the most. The foundation is being set beneath the surface, and when the time is right, what has been prepared in the unseen will become undeniable in the seen. You do not need to strive, to force, or to control the process. The greatest breakthroughs come not through struggle, but through surrender. The moment you release the weight of worry, the burden of doubt, the chains of fear, you create space for miracles. The divine does not work through tension, it flows through peace. When you rest in trust, you align yourself with the limitless abundance that was always meant for you. The mind seeks solutions, timelines, explanations. It asks when, how, through whom. But the divine operates beyond such limitations. The moment you let go of the need to figure it out, you step into the flow of divine ease. Everything begins to unfold in perfect harmony, not by your effort, but by the unseen hand guiding all things. There is no need to chase what is already destined for you. There is no need to force open doors that are being prepared to swing wide on their own. Your only role is to remain steadfast in your knowing, unwavering in your trust, unshaken by temporary circumstances. Everything you desire already exists in the realm of the unseen. The love, the opportunities, the breakthroughs, the healing is not being created, it is being revealed. It is not being withheld, it is waiting for you to align with it. The moment you declare that, it is already done. The moment you stand in the certainty that God has already made the way, the physical world must conform. This is the nature of divine law. It is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual truth. The world may tell you to work harder, to struggle more, to do more, but the divine whispers something different. It says rest, it says trust, it says let go. The greatest miracles happen in stillness. The greatest transformations occur when you allow rather than resist. Every desire placed in your heart was placed there for a reason. Every vision you carry is a glimpse of what is already yours. Your job is not to question, not to fear, not to shrink back in doubt, but to rise in faith, to walk as if it is already done, to speak as though it has already come to pass. When you embody the energy of already having, the world responds accordingly. The unseen begins to move. The path begins to clear. The answers begin to appear. This is not coincidence. This is divine alignment. Everything you need is already being arranged. The right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances are all coming together in perfect timing. There is no need to rush. There is no need to fear. The divine never moves too soon, nor does it move too late. It moves precisely, perfectly, and always in your favor. The struggles of the past do not define the future. What has been does not dictate what will be. The moment you shift your focus from what was to what is possible, you unlock a new reality. The past has served its purpose. It has prepared you, strengthened you, shaped you, but it is not your identity. You are not bound to old patterns, old failures, old disappointments. You are being made new in this very moment. Every old chain is breaking. Every past limitation is dissolving. You are stepping into a new version of yourself, one that no longer clings to fear, but stands firm in faith. Every challenge you have faced was not to break you, but to build you. Every difficulty was not to defeat you, but to elevate you. You have been refined through the process, and now you are ready to receive the blessings that have always been meant for you. No effort has been wasted. No tear has gone unnoticed. Everything has been accounted for, and everything is turning in your favor. What was once a test will soon be your testimony. What once felt like struggle will soon be a story of victory. There is nothing too great for God. No situation is beyond His power. No obstacles beyond His ability to remove. What seems impossible in human eyes is effortless in divine hands. The very thing that has seemed out of reach is already being placed in your path. The very answer you have been seeking is already on its way. There is no need to fight for what has already been written as yours. Simply align. Simply believe. Simply stand in the unwavering knowing that it is already done. You have spent enough time doubting. You have spent enough time questioning. Now is the time to step fully into faith. Now is the time to embrace the truth that God is working, that your story is shifting, that what you seek is seeking you. There is no separation between you and the life you desire. The only separation exists in belief. The moment you decide that it is already yours, the world must rearrange to reflect that truth. The moment you accept that divine favor is already upon you, the blessings must manifest in form. Just now, release the need to know every step. Release the need to see immediate proof. The proof is in the unseen, and soon it will be undeniable in the seen. The work has already been completed in the spiritual realm. The manifestation is simply a matter of alignment. Walk as though you have already received. Speak as though the prayer has already been answered. Move through life as though every door is already open. This is the posture of faith. This is the energy that accelerates miracles. God is not distant. He is not waiting for you to earn His favor, for you have already been chosen. You have already been marked for blessings beyond measure. The divine does not withhold. It only awaits your recognition. The moment you recognize yourself as already worthy, already abundant, already victorious, the world must comply. Nothing outside of you has power over your destiny. No circumstance, no past mistake, no external condition can alter what God has ordained. You are already positioned for greatness. You are already walking in divine favor. Allow the old to fall away. Allow the new to emerge. Let go of fear, of hesitation, of the need for control. Surrender fully to the knowing that your story is being rewritten. The chapter of struggle is closing. The chapter of abundance is beginning. There is nothing more for you to do, nothing more for you to force. Just rest. Just trust. Just allow. God is working in your life. And what is coming will exceed every expectation, every prayer, and every dream you have ever carried. This is already done. Every moment you rest in faith, you allow the divine to unfold miracles in ways beyond your understanding. There is no force greater than trust, no energy more powerful than unwavering belief. The mind may try to reason, to calculate, to analyze, but the ways of God are not bound by logic. They operate in the unseen, moving pieces into place in perfect harmony. What seems delayed is already in motion. What feels distant is already reaching. For you, your only task is to remain still in your knowing, for everything is happening exactly as it should. You have already been set apart for something greater than your current reality. The struggles you have faced were never meant to define you, but to prepare you. The pain you have endured was never meant to break you, but to refine you. Every challenge was a necessary piece of the story, leading you to this moment, this realization, this truth. You were never abandoned. You were never forsaken. The hand of God has been upon you all along, guiding, shaping, trying. Even in the darkest nights, the divine light never left you. Even in the moments of deep uncertainty, heaven was orchestrating your breakthrough. What appears as silence is not absence. What seems like stillness is not inactivity. The unseen is more real than what the eyes can perceive. Every prayer has been heard. Every tear has been collected. Every longing of your heart has been acknowledged. And now the shift is taking place. Not because you fought for it. Not because you forced it, but because you finally surrendered. The moment you release control is the moment divine power takes over. The moment you step out of the way is the moment the path clears. You do not need to push against the current. You need only to flow with the tide of destiny. There is no mistake in your journey. No experience has been wasted. Every detour, every delay, every disappointment was divinely permitted to bring you to something higher, something greater, something you could not have imagined for yourself. What you thought was rejection was redirection. What you saw as failure was preparation. You have not lost anything that was truly meant for you. What is yours cannot be taken, cannot be destroyed, cannot be blocked. It is sealed by divine decree, and no earthly force can undo what has already been set in motion. The doors that once seemed shut will open effortlessly. The opportunities that once felt out of reach will present themselves without struggle. The love, the abundance, the peace that once felt unattainable will flood into your life with ease. Not because you begged, not because you chased, but because you believed. The power of faith is the key that unlocks every divine blessing. The moment you trust in the unseen, you align with a force that is beyond human limitation. You step into the flow of miracles, where things unfold with divine ease, where battles are won without lifting a hand, where blessings chase you down instead of you chasing after them. This is the moment where you shift from waiting to receiving. You are not in a season of lack, but in a season of transformation. You are not being overlooked, but being prepared. Every time you rest in the knowing that God is working, you accelerate the process. Every time you release the need to figure it out, you make space for the divine to work in ways beyond your imagination. There is no need to strive. There is no need to worry. The outcome has already been determined, and it is good. What if you stopped doubting? What if you stopped looking for signs and simply decided that it is already done? What if you woke up each day with the certainty that what you seek is seeking you, that what you desire is already unfolding? What if you spoke as if it had already happened, acted as if you were already living in the reality you longed for? The world would shift. The circumstances would realign. The evidence would appear, not because the external changed first, but because your inner state became the magnet for the life that was always yours. Everything is a reflection of what you hold within. If you carry fear, you see obstacles. If you carry doubt, you see delays. But if you carry faith, you see movement. If you carry trust, you see doors opening. The choice is yours in every moment. Will you align with the fear of lack, or will you align with the certainty of divine provision? Will you dwell in the past, or will you step fully into the power of the present moment, where all things are possible? Your story is shifting in this very moment. Even if your eyes cannot yet see it, even if your hands cannot yet touch it, the transformation is happening beneath the surface. The divine blueprint of your life is unfolding exactly as it should. No mistake has been made. No effort has been in vain. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and everything is unfolding for your highest good. There is nothing more to do but trust, nothing more to force but to allow. The moment you let go of the struggle, you step into divine ease. The moment you stop resisting, the blessings flow. The moment you believe without condition, the manifestation begins. Rest now. The battle is no longer yours. The work is already being done. The victory is already won. God is moving, and your story is changing in ways you never imagined. There is no force in the universe greater than the divine will working on your behalf. Even when you cannot see it, even when it feels as if nothing is changing, the unseen hand of God is moving. There is no moment of your life that is outside of divine awareness. Every thought, every prayer, every unspoken desire of your heart is known. And when the time is right, what has been prepared for you will appear. Not by force, not by struggle, but by the effortless unfolding of divine timing. You do not need to strive for what is already yours. You do not need to chase what has been assigned to you. Everything is already set in motion. The answers, the breakthroughs, the divine opportunities, they are not distant. They are not far away. They are simply waiting for the moment when your heart is fully open to receive. And that moment comes not through worry, not through doubt, but through deep, unshakable trust. The more you release, the more you receive. The more you surrender, the more doors open. The human mind seeks control, seeks logic, seeks to understand. But the ways of God are beyond human comprehension. What may seem like delay is divine preparation. What may seem like silence is the setting of the stage. What may feel like unanswered prayers is the unfolding of something far greater than you imagined. If only you could see the grand design being woven on your behalf, you would rest in absolute peace. You would not question. You would not fear. You would not wonder if it is coming. You would simply know that it is already done. Every great story has moments of tension, moments where it seems like nothing is happening, moments where everything appears to be working against the main character. But those moments are never the end. They are simply the space before the breakthrough, the stillness before the transformation, the preparation before the victory. And so it is with your life. What you perceive as obstacles are merely stepping stones. What you see as setbacks are simply reroutes leading you to something better. The plan for your life is perfect, unshackable, unbreakable. No force on earth, no mistake, no misstep can undo what has been divinely ordained for you. The more you trust, the faster things move. The more you let go of the need to figure it all out, the more space you create for the divine to work in miraculous ways. There is nothing missing in your life. There is nothing you lack. Everything you need has already been provided for. The resources, the connections, the solutions, the opportunities. They are all being aligned right now. The only thing standing between you and their arrival is your willingness to believe without condition. What if you stopped doubting? What if you stopped looking at circumstances and simply decided that it is already done? What if you refused to entertain thoughts of lack, thoughts of fear, thoughts of limitation? What if instead you held a deep and unwavering knowing that all things are working for your good? The moment you shift your belief, the moment you decide that what you seek is already yours, reality bends to match your inner conviction. The world is not happening to you. It is responding to you. The divine mirrors back to you whatever you hold within. Hold worry, and you see reasons to worry. Hold faith, and you see reasons to believe. Hold gratitude, and you receive even more to be grateful for. There is nothing left for you to do but trust. You have done enough. You have asked. You have prayed. You have sought guidance. Now it is time to rest in the knowing that the answer is already on its way. The moment you release, the moment you stop grasping, everything begins to move in your favor. You do not need to struggle. You do not need to figure it out. The divine has already gone before you, preparing the way, aligning the details, setting the stage for the perfect unfolding. It may not come in the way you expected. It may not appear in the way you planned. But when it arrives, you will know that it was divinely orchestrated. Every detail will be perfect. Every moment will be aligned. And you will look back and understand why things had to unfold exactly as they did. You will see that nothing was lost. Nothing was wasted. Every moment of waiting, every moment of uncertainty, every challenge was leading you to this, to something beyond what you could have imagined. If you could see the way God sees, you would not fear. You would not worry. You would not question. You would rest in perfect peace, knowing that all things are unfolding for your highest good. You would wake each day with confidence, knowing that what is meant for you can never be taken from you. You would walk with certainty, knowing that even when things seem still, heaven is moving on your behalf. The moment you step into this trust, the moment you let go of the need to control, the moment you stop doubting, everything shifts. Doors open effortlessly. Answers appear. Miracles unfold, not because you forced them, but because you aligned with them. Not because you struggled for them, but because you finally allowed them. The greatest breakthroughs come when you stop fighting and start trusting. The greatest blessings come when you stop chasing and start receiving. Rest now. Let go of the worry, the stress, the need to figure it out. It is already being taken care of. The divine is already at work. The story is already written. The victory is already won. What is meant for you is making its way to you in perfect timing, in perfect order, in perfect alignment. God is working, and nothing can stop what has already been set in motion. You do not need to chase what is already moving toward you. Every moment of your life has been accounted for. Every step, every breath, every pause. It is all unfolding exactly as it should. Even in the moments when you feel lost, when you wonder if your prayers have gone unheard, when it seems like nothing is changing, know this: God is working. The invisible forces of creation are aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities in ways you cannot yet see. There is no wasted time, no missed chances, no wrong turns in the divine plan. What is yours, and nothing can take it away. The mind seeks reassurance. It looks for signs, for proof, for evidence that things are moving in the right direction. But faith does not require proof. Faith is knowing before seeing, believing before receiving, trusting before understanding. It is the unwavering confidence that even in the silence, God is speaking. Even in the stillness, God is moving. Even in the waiting, God is preparing something far greater than you can imagine. What looks like delay is not delay. It is divine timing in motion. You were never meant to carry the weight of your future on your own. You were never meant to figure it all out by yourself. The burden of uncertainty, of trying to control the outcome, of worrying about the how and when to release it, it is not yours to carry. The moment you let go, the moment you surrender fully, is the moment things begin to shift. Miracles happen when you stop trying to force them. Breakthroughs come when you step out of the way and allow them. The path is already clear. It is only your doubt that clouds your vision. The moment you trust, the moment you rest, the moment you step into absolute faith, everything changes. There is no such thing as an impossible situation. There is no such thing as being too far gone, too late, too broken, too lost. Every circumstance, no matter how impossible it seems, is subject to divine transformation. The sickness that seems incurable, the financial struggle that feels overwhelming, the relationship that appears beyond repair, none of it is beyond God's reach. What seems unchangeable can change in an instant. What seems blocked can open in the blink of an eye. What seems broken can be made whole in ways you never imagined. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not alone. Even in your darkest moments, when you feel abandoned, when you feel like nothing is working in your favor, God is nearer than ever. He is whispering to your heart, guiding your steps, setting things in place for your highest good. The challenges you face are not signs of punishment. They are not evidence that you have been forsaken. They are the refining fire, the necessary preparation, the process that leads to transformation. Every story of greatness, every testimony of victory, every miracle that has ever unfolded began in a place of uncertainty. It began in the waiting, in the questioning, in the moments when nothing made sense. The difference between those who see the fulfillment of their prayers and those who do not is simple. Those who trust without wavering, those who believe even when there is no evidence, those who hold on to faith even in the face of impossibility, These are the ones who see mountains move. These are the ones who experience the supernatural. God is rewriting your story. What was meant for harm will turn for good. What was stolen will be restored. What was lost will be returned in greater measure. The pain, the struggles, the tears, they were never in vain. They were never without purpose. Every trial was shaping you, preparing you, strengthening you for what is to come. If you could see what is ahead, if you could glimpse the blessings that are waiting for you, you would not fear. You would not doubt. You would rest in perfect peace, knowing that everything is aligning in your favor. Nothing is too big for God. Nothing is beyond His power. He does not need time. He does not need logical solutions. He does not work according to human limitations. In an instant, He can open doors you never knew existed. In a moment, He can change everything. But He is waiting on you to trust, to let go, to believe fully without hesitation. You have prayed, you have hoped, now release it, rest. Let go of the need to constantly question, to constantly seek reassurance, to constantly wonder if it will happen. It is already done. The moment you asked, the answer was set into motion. The moment you believed, the manifestation began. The only thing that remains is for you to receive. And receiving requires rest. Receiving requires surrender. Receiving requires stepping into the absolute knowing that what you seek is already yours. This is not about waiting. This is about trusting. This is about stepping into the reality where you know, beyond any doubt, that God has already worked it out. The more you rest in this truth, the faster things unfold. The more you align your heart with divine assurance, the more effortlessly things fall into place. This is the way of miracles. This is the way of divine manifestation. Your story is not over. Your journey is not finished. The best chapters are still being written. The most beautiful moments are still ahead. The breakthrough you seek, the answer you long for, the change you have been praying for, it is closer than you think. Trust, rest, and know that God is working in your life in ways beyond what you can see or imagine. So now, release the worry, the fear, and the need to understand every step. Let go of the resistance, the doubt, and the constant questioning. God has already set everything in motion. Your only task is to trust, to rest, and to receive. What is meant for you is already yours. The transformation, the breakthrough, the answered prayer, it is unfolding even now. Do not let your mind convince you otherwise. Walk in faith, speak in faith, think in faith. The same God who has brought you this far will not fail you now. Stand firm, believe, and watch as your story is written in ways far greater than you ever imagined. These parallel selves, these other I ams of you, are constantly reaching out, trying to communicate with you, to guide you towards your highest good, your greatest potential. They are you after all, and they want nothing more than to see you succeed, to see you manifest your deepest desires and live your most fulfilled life. But how, you might ask, can these parallel versions of you communicate across the boundaries of reality? How can they send you messages, guideposts, and signs to help you on your journey? The answer, my friends, lies in the very fabric of your daily existence, in the seemingly mundane occurrences that you might otherwise overlook. Let us delve deeper into these signs, these whispers from your parallel selves. The first sign you might notice is a sudden and inexplicable feeling of déjà vu. You find yourself in a situation that feels eerie, familiar, as if you've lived it before. This, my dear listeners, is not merely a trick of the mind or a glitch in your memory. It is a moment when the veil between realities thins and you are glimpsing a parallel version of yourself who has indeed experienced this very moment. In these instances of déjà vu, pause and reflect. What is this parallel self trying to tell you? Perhaps they are urging you to pay closer attention to this moment, to the people around you, or to the decisions you are about to make. They have lived this experience and know its significance. Trust in this feeling, for it is a sign that you are on the right path. that you are aligning with the infinite possibilities of your being. The second sign that your parallel self is reaching out to you comes in the form of synchronicities. These are those magical moments when the universe seems to align perfectly, when coincidences become too meaningful to ignore. You think of an old friend and suddenly they call you after years of silence. You need a specific piece of information, and it appears before you in a book that falls open to the exact page you need. These synchronicities are not mere chance, my friends. They are the result of your parallel selves working in concert with the universe to guide you towards your desires. They are showing you that the world is far more interconnected than you might believe, that your thoughts and intentions have power beyond the confines of your immediate reality. When you experience these synchronicities, acknowledge them with gratitude. Understand that they are signposts on your journey, placed there by versions of you who have already walked this path. They are telling you to keep going, to trust in the process, to have faith in the unfolding of your desires. The third sign from your parallel self manifests in your dreams. Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so real, that upon waking you felt as if you had truly lived it? These are not mere fantasies conjured by your sleeping mind. They are glimpses into the lives of your parallel selves, windows into the realities they inhabit. In these dreams, pay close attention to the details, to the emotions you feel, to the choices you make. Your parallel self is showing you possibilities, alternatives, potential futures. They are giving you the gift experience without the need to physically live it. Use these dreams as a guide, as inspiration for the life wish to create in your current reality. Perhaps in your dream you see yourself confidently speaking before a large audience, sharing your wisdom and inspiring others. This is not just a fantasy, but a reality that one of your parallel selves is living. They are showing you your own potential, urging you to step into your power and share your voice with the world. The fourth sign comes in the form of sudden, unexplained emotions or mood shifts. You might find yourself overwhelmed with joy for no apparent reason, or struck by a wave of melancholy that seems to come from nowhere. These emotional surges are not random or meaningless. They are echoes of the experiences of your parallel selves, rippling across the boundaries of reality to touch your consciousness. When you feel these sudden emotions, do not dismiss them or try to suppress them. Instead, sit with them, explore them. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What experience from a parallel reality am I tapping into? These emotions are messages carrying wisdom and insights from other versions of you. If you feel a sudden surge of confidence, know that a parallel self has just achieved a great victory and is sharing the triumph with you. If you feel an inexplicable sense of loss, perhaps a parallel self is going through a challenging time and is seeking your strength and resilience. In acknowledging and embracing these emotions, you create a bridge between realities, allowing for a flow of energy and support in both directions. The fifth sign that your parallel self is communicating with you is through sudden flashes of inspiration or insight. These are those aha moments when a brilliant idea seems to come out of nowhere, or when you suddenly understand something that had previously eluded you. These bursts of clarity are gifts from your parallel selves sharing their knowledge and experiences with you. In these moments of inspiration, act quickly. Write down your ideas, make plans to implement them, share them with others. Your parallel self is offering you a shortcut, a way to bypass years of trial and error. They have already walked the path and are showing you the most direct route to your desires. Remember, my dear friends, that these flashes of inspiration are not random. They are carefully chosen messages selected by your parallel selves for their relevance to your current situation and your deepest desires. Trust in them, for they are guiding you towards your highest good. The sixth sign from your parallel self comes through your physical sensations. You might experience unexplained chills, a sudden warmth spreading through your body, or a tingling sensation in your hands or the crown of your head. These physical manifestations are your body's way of interpreting the energy flowing from your parallel selves. When you feel these sensations, take a moment to center yourself and tune in. What is your body trying to tell you? Perhaps the chills are a sign that you're on the right track, that you're aligning with your highest path. The warmth might be a message of love and support from a parallel self who has overcome a challenge you're currently facing. These physical signs are reminders of the deep connection between your body, mind, and spirit, and the vast network of parallel selves that exist beyond your current perception. They are calls to pay attention, to be present in your body, and to trust in the wisdom it holds. The seventh sign manifests in the form of recurring numbers or symbols. You might find yourself constantly seeing a particular number sequence, 11 on the clock, 333 on a license plate, 555 in a phone number, or perhaps a certain symbol keeps appearing in your life, a feather, a particular animal, or a specific shape. These recurring numbers and symbols are not mere coincidences. They are messages encoded by your parallel selves, using the universal language of symbolism to communicate with you. Each number, each symbol carries a specific vibration and meaning. Your parallel selves are using just to send you guidance, encouragement, and remind us of your infinite potential. When you notice these recurring patterns, take a moment to reflect on their meaning. What was on your mind when you saw them? What emotions were you feeling? The context in which these signs appear is often as important as the signs themselves. Your parallel selves are trying to draw your attention to something specific in your life, urging you to look deeper to see beyond the surface. The eighth sign comes through the people you encounter in your daily life. Have you ever met someone who seemed oddly familiar, even though you're sure you've never met them before? Or perhaps you've had a conversation with a stranger that left you feeling profoundly changed. These encounters are orchestrated by your parallel selves, using the interconnected web of human relationships to bring you exactly what you need. These people are messengers, carrying wisdom and insights from your parallel selves. They might offer you advice that resonates deeply, share a story that inspires you, or simply be a presence that reminds you of your own inner strength. Pay attention to these encounters, for they are far from random. Your parallel selves understand the power of human connection, of the exchanging of energies between individuals. They are using this power to guide you, to offer you perspectives and opportunities that you might not have access to in your current reality. Be open to these encounters, engage fully with these messengers, for they are playing a crucial role in your journey of self-realization. The ninth sign from your parallel self is a sudden shift in your perceptions or beliefs. You might find yourself questioning long-held assumptions, seeing familiar situations in a completely new life, or feeling drawn to ideas and concepts that you previously dismissed. These shifts are not mere changes of mind, but rather alignments with the expanded consciousness of your parallel selves. Remember, my dear listeners, that your parallel selves have lived different lives, made different choices, and gained different perspectives. When they reach out to you, they bring with them the wisdom of their experiences. They are offering you the opportunity to expand your own consciousness, to see beyond the limitations of your current reality. Embrace these shifts in perception. Allow yourself to question, to explore, to see the world through new eyes. Your parallel selves are showing you that reality is far more flexible, far more malleable than you might have believed. They are inviting you to step into a broader understanding of yourself and the universe. The 10th and final sign that your parallel self is sending you a message comes through your own inner voice, your intuition. This is that quiet whisper within you that knows, that understands, that guides you towards your highest good. Your intuition is the direct line of communication between you and your parallel selves, the channel through which their wisdom flows most clearly. When you feel a strong gut feeling, an inexplicable knowing, or a persistent inner urging, pay attention. This is not just your own mind speaking, but the collective wisdom of all your parallel selves distilled into a single powerful message. Your intuition is your most direct connection to the infinite possibilities of your being. Trust in this inner voice, my friends. Cultivate it, strengthen it, learn to distinguish it from the chatter of your everyday thoughts. Your parallel selves are constantly sending you guidance through this channel, offering you the benefit of their collective experiences and insights. Now, my dear listeners, as we delve deeper into this concept of communication from our parallel selves, let us consider how we can more actively engage with these messages, how we can strengthen the connection between our current self and our infinite parallel selves. The first step in this process is awareness. Begin to cultivate a state of heightened awareness in your daily life. Pay attention to the details around you, to the subtle shifts in your emotions, to the seemingly random thoughts that flip through your mind. Each of these could be a message from a parallel self, a piece of the cosmic puzzle that is your existence. As you move through your day, hold the intention of being open to these messages. Set the expectation that your parallel selves will communicate with you, and watch as the signs begin to multiply. Remember, what you focus on expands. By directing your attention towards these signs, you are effectively opening more channels of communication between realities. The next step is interpretation. As you become more aware of the signs around you, begin to develop your own personal system of meaning. Perhaps certain numbers hold special significance for you, or specific animals carry particular messages. Trust in your own intuition to guide you in understanding these signs. Remember, my friends, that the language of the universe, the language of your parallel selves, is deeply personal. While there may be universal symbols and meanings, the most powerful interpretations will come from your own inner knowing. Trust in your ability to understand these messages, for you are, after all, communicating with yourself. As you interpret these signs, look for patterns and connections. Your parallel selves are not sending random, disconnected messages, but rather a coherent stream of guidance and wisdom. One sign may build upon another, creating a more complete picture of the path you are meant to follow. The third step in engaging with your parallel selves is action. It is not enough to simply receive and interpret their messages. You must act upon them, integrate them into your life, allow them to guide your choices and behaviors. This is how you honor the connection with your parallel selves, how you show your readiness to receive more guidance. When you receive a sign or message, ask yourself, how can I apply this in my life? What action can I take based on this guidance? Perhaps a recurring number sequence is urging you to be more patient, or a dream is encouraging you to pursue a long, forgotten passion. Whatever the message, find a way to embody it in your daily life. As you take action based on these messages, you will find that the communication becomes clearer, more frequent, more profound. You are showing your parallel selves that you are ready and willing to receive their guidance, that you are an active participant in this cosmic dance of self-realization. The fourth step in this process is gratitude. Express thankfulness for each sign, each message, each moment of connection with your parallel selves. Gratitude is a powerful force that opens you up to receive more abundance, more guidance, more love from the universe, and from all aspects of yourself. When you notice a sign from your parallel self, pause for a moment and silently say thank you. Acknowledge the effort it takes to send these messages across the boundaries of reality. Appreciate the love and support that your parallel selves are constantly offering you. This attitude of gratitude will not only strengthen your connection with your parallel selves, but will also shift your overall vibration to one of positivity and receptivity. You will find yourself noticing more signs, receiving clearer messages, and feeling a deeper sense of connection with all aspects of yourself. The fifth step is to share your experiences with others. As you become more attuned to the messages from your parallel selves, share your insights and experiences with those around you. This serves multiple purposes. First, it helps to reinforce your own beliefs and experiences. By articulating them to others, you are affirming their reality for yourself. Secondly, sharing your experiences can help to awaken others to the possibility of communication with their own parallel selves. You become a messenger yourself, a bridge between realities not just for yourself, but for others as well. In doing so, you contribute to the expansion of collective consciousness, helping to create a world more open to the infinite possibilities of existence. Lastly, by sharing your experiences, you open yourself up to learning from others. You may find that others have had similar experiences or have different interpretations of signs that you've received. This exchange of ideas and experiences can further enrich your understanding and deepen your connection with your parallel selves. The sixth step in this process is to actively seek communication with your parallel selves. While many of the signs we've discussed may seem to come unbidden, you can also take a more proactive approach in establishing this connection. One powerful way to do this is through meditation. Set aside time each day to sit in quiet contemplation. As you settle into a state of calm awareness, set the intention to connect with your parallel selves. Visualize yourself surrounded by infinite versions of you, each living out a different possibility of your life. Feel the energy that connects all these selves, the common thread of consciousness that runs through each version of you. As you hold this visualization, open yourself to receiving messages from these parallel selves. You might receive these as thoughts, images, feelings, or sensations. Trust whatever comes through, no matter how subtle or seemingly insignificant. With practice, this form of active communication will become stronger and clearer. The seventh step is to journal your experiences. Keep a record of the signs you receive, the messages you interpret, and the actions you take based on this guidance. This journal serves multiple purposes. It helps you to recognize patterns over time, to see the thread of guidance that your parallel selves are weaving through your life. Additionally, the act of writing itself can be a form of communication with your parallel selves. As you put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, allow yourself to write freely without censorship or judgment. You may find that insights and messages flow through you onto the page, your hand becoming a conduit for the wisdom of your parallel selves. Reviewing your journal regularly can also help to strengthen your faith in this process. As you look back over your entries, you'll likely see how the guidance you've received has positively influenced your life. How the actions you've taken based on these messages have led you towards your desires and goals. The eighth step in engaging with your parallel selves is to practice lucid dreaming. As we discussed earlier, dreams are a powerful way for your parallel selves to communicate with you. By developing the ability to communicate by developing the ability to become conscious within your dreams, you can more actively engage with these messages and even potentially communicate directly with your parallel selves. There are various techniques you can use to induce lucid dreams, such as reality checks throughout the day, setting strong intentions before sleep, and keeping a dream journal. As you become more proficient at lucid dreaming, set the intention to meet and communicate with your parallel selves within the dreamscape. In these lucid dream encounters, you may receive direct guidance, experience alternative realities, or gain insights into your own infinite potential. The dream world is a place where the boundaries between realities are more fluid, making it an ideal environment for this type of communication. The ninth step is to pay attention to your energy levels and physical sensations throughout the day. Your parallel selves often communicate through your body, sending you messages in the form of energy surges, tingling sensations, or sudden changes in your physical state. Start to map these physical sensations to different types of messages or guidance. Perhaps a tingling in your hands indicates that you're on the right path, or a warmth in your heart chakra signifies a message of love and support from a parallel self. By becoming more attuned to these physical signs, you create another channel of communication with your parallel selves. The 10th and final step in this process is to live as if you are in constant communication with your parallel selves. Embody the wisdom they share with you. Make choices as if you have access to infinite knowledge and experience, because in truth, you do. Your parallel selves are not separate from you. They are you, experiencing different aspects of your infinite potential. By living in alignment with their guidance, you are stepping into the fullness of who you truly are. As you practice these steps, you will find that the boundaries between you and your parallel selves begin to blur. You'll start to feel a sense of expansion, of limitless possibility. The challenges in your life will begin to seem less daunting, for you'll know that there are versions of you who have already overcome them, who are sending you their strength and wisdom. Remember, my dear friends, that this communication with your parallel selves is not about escaping your current reality or wishing for a different life. It is about enriching your present experience, about tapping into the vast reservoir of wisdom and potential that exists within you. It is about recognizing that you are far more than this single expression of self, that you are in fact infinite. As you open yourself to these messages from your parallel selves, you may find that your perception of time begins to shift. Past, present, and future may start to feel less linear, more interconnected. This is because your parallel selves exist across all possibilities, all timelines. In communicating with them, you are tapping into the eternal now, the place where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Embrace this expanded perception of reality. Allow it to free you from limiting beliefs about what is possible in your life. Your parallel selves are showing you that anything you can imagine, anything you can dream is not only possible, but is already happening in some version of reality. Your task is simply to align with that version, to bring that possibility into your current experience. As we conclude this exploration of the science that your parallel self is trying to send you a message, I urge you to remain open, vigilant, and receptive. The universe and all versions of you within it is constantly communicating with you, guiding you towards your highest expression of self. Trust in this process, trust in yourself, trust in the infinite wisdom that is your birthright. Go forth, my friends, with the knowledge that you are never alone, that you are supported by countless versions of yourself across infinite realities. Listen for their whispers, watch for their signs, feel their presence in every moment. And as you do, know that you are awakening to the true magnitude of your being, to the limitless potential that is you. This will find you when you need it most. Ponder these words, for they contain within them the very essence of your being, the key to unlocking the infinite potential that resides within you. You see, everything in your world, every circumstance, every encounter, every fleeting thought is but a reflection of your own consciousness. And it is this consciousness, this awareness of being that is the true source of all that you experience. Let us delve deeper into this profound truth. You, my dear listener, are not merely a physical body moving through space and time. You are in essence pure consciousness, the very fabric of reality itself. And it is through this consciousness that you shape and mold your entire world. Every desire, every fear, every leaf you hold dear becomes the blueprint for your life experiences. Now you may ask, but Wayne, how can this be? How can my thoughts and feelings create my reality? And to this I say, open your mind to the greatest secret of all, the law of assumption. This law, as immutable as gravity itself, states that whatever state you assume to be true must be made manifest in your world. It is not hope, not mere positive thinking, but a deep, unshakable knowing that brings your desires into being. Consider for a moment the times in your life when you've needed something most. Perhaps it was guidance, perhaps it was comfort, or perhaps it was a sudden flash of inspiration. Did you not find in those moments of greatest need that the very thing you required seemed to appear as if by magic? This, my friends, is no coincidence. It is the law of assumption at work, bringing to you exactly what you need precisely when you need it most. But let us not mistake this for some external force, some capricious universe doling out favors. No, the power lies entirely within you. You are the operant power, the God of your universe, shaping reality through the power of your imagination. When you fully grasp this truth, when you internalize it to the very core of your being, you will understand that nothing is impossible to you. Imagine, if you will, a world where every desire of your heart is fulfilled, where every dream you've ever dared to dream becomes your living reality. This world, my friends, is not some far-off utopia. It is the very world you inhabit right now, waiting to be molded by the power of your assumption. For when you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, when you live from the end as though your desire were already a fact, you set in motion forces beyond your comprehension, aligning the entire universe to bring about your desired state. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Wayne, I've tried positive thinking before. I've visualized, I've affirmed, and still my desires elude me. To this I say, you have not yet fully embraced the law of assumption. For it is not enough to merely think positively or to visualize half-heartedly. You must feel it, live it, breathe it. You must assume the state of your wish fulfilled with such conviction that to experience anything else becomes an impossibility. Let me share with you a technique, a method so simple yet so profound that it has the power to revolutionize your entire existence. It is the technique of living from the end. In the quiet of your mind, in that still space between sleeping and waking, create a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. See it, feel it, taste it, touch it. Make it so real, so vivid that for a moment you foresight your present circumstances entirely, and in that moment of forgetting, you plant the seed of your new reality. But remember, my dear friends, this is not a one-time exercise. It is a way of life, a constant state of being. You must persist in your assumption, even when the outside world seems to contradict it. For the outside world is but a shadow, a reflection of past assumptions. Your true power lies in the present moment, in your ability to choose right now the state you wish to occupy. Consider the biblical phrase before they call, I will answer. This is not the proclamation of some external deity, but a profound statement about the nature of consciousness itself. Your desires, your needs are already fulfilled in the realm of infinite possibility. It is your task, through the power of assumption, to bring them into your three-dimensional reality. Now you may wonder, how long must I persist? When will I see the fruits of my assumption? And to this I say, the time it takes for your assumption to become your physical reality is directly proportional to the naturalness of your assumption. When your desired state feels as natural to you as breathing, when you can no longer conceive of any other reality, then will it manifest with a speed that will astonish you. But do not be discouraged if at first you stumble, if doubt creeps in, if the old man reassess himself. This is natural, for you are engaging in a radical transformation of consciousness. You are literally rebirthing yourself, shedding old limitations, and embracing your divine nature. Persistence is key. Each time you catch yourself stepping into old patterns of thought, gently but firmly redirect your attention to the state of your wish fulfilled. Remember, my friends, that your imagination is not bound by the so-called called facts of your current reality. Your imagination transcends time and space, operating in a realm where all things are possible. When you imagine lovingly on behalf of another, when you see them as they wish to be seen, you are performing the highest act of creation, for in truth there is no other. All is you pushed out, all is a reflection of your own magnificent consciousness. Let us now turn our attention to the concept of time, for it plays a crucial role in understanding how this message finds you when you need it most. Time, as you experience it in your day-to-day life, is but an illusion, a construct of the human mind. In the realm of pure consciousness, all moments exist simultaneously. The past, present, and future are one eternal now. This understanding is crucial, for it means that the moment of your greatest need and the moment of its fulfillment are one and the same. When you fully grasp this truth, you will see that there is no waiting, no striving, no desperate seeking. There is only the calm assurance that all is well, all is as it should be, all is unfolding in divine perfection. Consider the times in your life when a book has fallen open to exactly the page you needed to read, or when a chance encounter provided the very guidance you were seeking. These are not random occurrences, but perfect demonstrations of the law of assumption at work. You drew these experiences to you through your state of consciousness, through your awareness of need, and your openness to receive. Now let us delve deeper into the mechanics of manifestation, for understanding this process will empower you to consciously create the life you desire. Every experience in your life, every person you encounter, every circumstance you find yourself in is a reflection of your dominant state of consciousness. Your world is quite literally molded by your beliefs, expectations, and assumptions. This is why two people can experience the same external event in radically different ways. One sees opportunity where another sees obstacle. One finds joy where another finds despair. The difference lies not in the event itself, but in the consciousness through which it is perceived. Understanding this, you begin to see the immense power you hold. No longer are you a victim of circumstance buffeted about by forces beyond your control. You are the author of your life story, the director of your grand play, and with this power comes great responsibility. The responsibility to consciously choose the states you occupy, to carefully curate the assumptions you hold. But how, you may ask, does one go about changing deeply ingrained patterns of thought and belief? The answer lies in the art of revision. Each night before you sleep, review the events of your day, but do not simply replay them as they occurred. In fact, revise them. See them unfolding as you would have wished them to unfold. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of fulfillment that comes with this revised version of events. This practice serves two purposes. First, it trains your mind to focus on the desired state rather than the current reality. Second, and more profoundly, it actually rewrites your past. For remember, time is an illusion. The past exists only in your memory, and your memory can be altered through the power of imagination. As you consistently practice revision, you will find that your entire perception of life begins to shift. You will naturally gravitate towards more positive states of being, attracting experiences that align with your revised assumptions. This is how you actively participate in the creation of your reality, how you ensure that what you need most always finds you at the perfect moment. Now, let us address a question that often arises when discussing these concepts. What about other people? Can I use the law of assumption to change their behavior or circumstances? The answer, my friends, is both yes and no. Yes, in the sense that all is you pushed out. All is a reflection of your consciousness, and no, in the sense that attempting to manipulate others for personal gain is a misuse of this divine law. Instead, I urge you to see others through the eyes of love, to imagine lovingly on their behalf. See them as they wish to be seen, as their highest, most actualized selves. In doing so, you not only elevate them, but you elevate yourself. For remember, there is no other. In blessing others, you bless yourself. In seeing the divine in others, you recognize the divine within you. This brings us to another crucial point, the importance of self-love and self-acceptance. Many of you struggle with feelings of unworthiness, with the belief that you are somehow not deserving of your heart's desires. But I say to you, with all the conviction of my being, that you are worthy beyond measure. You are a divine being, a perfect expression of the infinite Creator, worthy of all the love, abundance, and joy that life has to offer. If you find yourself struggling with self-love, begin by assuming the state of one who is deeply loved and cherished. Feel it, live it, breathe it. As you persist in this assumption, you will find your entire world transforming to reflect this new self-concept. For the outside world can only ever show you what you hold to be true about yourself. Now let us turn our attention to the concept of detachment, for it is crucial in understanding how to navigate the path of manifestation. Many of you, in your eagerness to see your desires fulfilled, cling tightly to the outcome, anxiously awaiting signs of its manifestation. But this very anxiety, this attachment to results, creates resistance that slows the process of manifestation. True mastery lies in detachment, in the ability to plant the seed of your desire and then let it grow naturally, without constantly digging it up to check its progress. This detachment comes from a place of deep trust, trust in the law, trust in the process, and most importantly, trust in yourself as the operant power in your universe. When you truly understand that your desire is already fulfilled in the realm of infinite possibility, that it is making its youth through the bridge of incidents, if you can relax into a state of calm expectancy, you need not worry about the how or the when. Your only task is to maintain the assumption of your wish fulfilled, to live each day from the state of the person who already has what they desire. This state of relaxed expectancy, of knowing without anxious striving, is the fertile soil in which your desires take root and flourish. It is in this state that you become most receptive to inspiration, to divine guidance, to those seemingly miraculous coincidences that lead you effortlessly towards the fulfillment of your desires. Remember, my dear friends, that the universe is infinitely abundant. There is no lack, no limitation, except that which you impose upon yourself through your beliefs and assumptions. When you truly internalize this truth, where you live from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, you open yourself to receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. This abundance mindset extends far beyond material possessions. It encompasses love, joy, peace, creativity, all the qualities that make life rich and fulfilling. As you assume the state of one who is abundantly blessed in all areas of life, you will find that opportunities and resources flow to you effortlessly, often in ways you could never have anticipated. Now let us address a common misconception, the idea that assuming your desire fulfilled means sitting back passively and waiting for it to appear. Nothing could be further from the truth. The law of assumption is not about inaction, but inspired action. When you truly assume the state of your wish fulfilled, you naturally begin to think, feel, and act in alignment with that state. You may find yourself suddenly inspired to take a certain course of action, to reach out to a particular prodding, to explore a new opportunity. These inspired actions flow naturally from your assumed state, guiding you effortlessly towards the manifestation of your desire. The key is to remain open and receptive, to trust your intuition, and to act on these divine impulses when they arise. Remember, every desire that arises within you carries within it the seed of its own fulfillment. The very fact that you can conceive of a desire means that you have the capacity to bring it into manifestation. Your task is not to make it happen through force of will, but to align your consciousness with the fulfillment of that desire, to become in imagination the person who already has what you seek. As you go about your daily life practicing the law of assumption, you will begin to notice a profound shift in your perception of reality. The world around you will seem more vibrant, more alive with possibility. Synchronicities will abound, doors will open where before there were only walls. This is the natural result of aligning your consciousness with the infinite creative power of the universe. But remember, my friends, that this journey of conscious creation is not about accumulating possessions or achieving worldly success. While these things may come as a natural byproduct of your expanded consciousness, the true goal is the realization of your divine nature, the full expression of your infinite potential. As you master the art of living from the end, of assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you will find that your desires themselves begin to evolve. No longer will you be driven by lack or fear, but by a deep desire to express your unique gifts, to contribute to the world in meaningful ways, to experience the fullness of life in all its magnificent variety. This evolution of desire is a natural part of your spiritual growth. As you align more fully with your true nature, as you embrace your role as a conscious creator, you will find yourself drawn to experiences and pursuits that bring you into greater harmony with the divine flow of life. Now let us address a question that often arises as one begins to consciously apply the law of assumption. What about setbacks and challenges? How do I maintain my assumption in the face of apparent failure or disappointment? This, my friends, is where your faith is truly tested, where the rubber meets the road in your journey of conscious creation. Remember that what appears to be a setback or failure is often a necessary part of the bridge of incidents leading to the fulfillment of your desire. The universe always moves in the most efficient way possible to bring about your assumed state. What may seem like a detour or delay from your limited human perspective may in fact be the perfect unfolding of events to lead you to your desired outcome. In these moments of apparent setback, it is crucial to redouble your efforts in maintaining your assumption. Do not be swayed by appearances, for they are but shadows of past beliefs. Instead, stand firm in your conviction, knowing that your desired state is already a reality in the realm of infinite possibility, making it your three-dimensional experience. Use these moments as opportunities to strengthen your faith, to deepen your understanding of the law. For it is often in our darkest moments that our greatest breakthroughs occur, when we are forced to dig deep and find reserves of faith and resilience we never knew we possessed. Remember, too, that the law of assumption operates with mathematical precision. There is no room for doubt or uncertainty in its operation. When you assume a state, the entire universe conspires to bring it into manifestation. Your only task is to persist in that assumption, to live from that state with unwavering faith, regardless of external circumstances. As you continue on this journey of conscious creation, you will find that your entire relationship with life begins to shift. No longer will you see yourself as a small, powerless being at the mercy of external forces. Instead, you will recognize yourself as the divine creator of your reality, shaping your world through the power of your consciousness. This shift in perspective brings with it a profound sense of peace and empowerment. For when you truly understand that you are the author of your life story, that you have the power to rewrite any aspect of your experience at any moment, fear and anxiety naturally fall away. In that place arises a deep sense of trust in the perfection of life's unfolding. But with this power comes great responsibility. As you become more adept at consciously creating your reality, you must also become more mindful of the states you occupy, the assumptions you hold. For remember, the law is impartial. It will bring into manifestation whatever state you assume, whether positive or negative. This is why it is crucial to cultivate a practice of self-awareness, to become the vigilant observer of your own thoughts and feelings. Catch yourself when you slip into negative states, when you entertain doubts or fears. Gently, but firmly redirect your attention to the state of your wish fulfilled. With practice, this redirection becomes second nature, a natural reflex of your awakened consciousness. As you master this art of conscious living, you will find that your life becomes a joyous adventure, a grand exploration of the infinite possibilities that exist within you. Every day becomes an opportunity to experience new aspects of your divine nature, to express more fully the unique gifts you have to offer the world.